So great. Well, welcome to our team meeting here. We are going to talk about how to really finish out the year with excellence. And to do so, I actually went all the way back to 1918. I'm going to go ahead and mute all of the participants here. Let me see if I can do that here. Yeah, here we go. Yes. And there was actually a man, his name was Ivy Lee, and he was a known efficiency expert. And he actually went into Charles Schwab's company, his steel company, and he proposed that he wanted to up the proficiency of his company by 50%. And he said, wow, well, that would be great. He goes, I honestly think we all know what to do. We just need to do more. So if you can up the proficiency, that would be great. But what are you going to charge for this? And this is Ivy Lee. It's a picture of him. You can Google him. 1918. Ivy Lee said, "You just pay me what you think this idea is worth." And so he goes, "Well, bring it on. Let me know what your idea is." And basically, it's very simple. And he said, every night before you go to bed, I want you to write down the 6 main tasks that are your most important things to do. And after you've given that thought of what those 6 most important things are to do, I want you to put that by your bed. And I want you to also number them in order of importance. You know, what would be the most important thing that you could do that day that would bring you forward? And then when you get up in the morning, simply start on number 1 and focus on number 1 until you get the task done. And then when you get number 1 done, focus on number 2. And focus on that task until you get that task completed. And he went and he actually implemented that idea. And in 1918, that idea was so successful for Charles Schwab that he actually cut him out a check for $25,000, which today is the equivalent of almost $500,000. And so what I really want you guys to see and take from this is that to really truly have a successful year, we have to have successful months. And to have a successful month, we have to have a successful week. And to have a successful week, we have to have successful days. And those successful days are nothing more than successful tasks. But not just successful tasks. I think there are so many people out there today that get up in the morning and they're charging head speed forward, getting a lot of things done. But the problem is they're not the important things. They're not the things that are getting you to the next level. And so all Ivy Lee did was really helped this company focus on the most important things that were going to move the business forward. And they had them think of those things the night before. And there's such power in doing that, because when you think of those most important things that are going to move your business forward the night before, and you mark them down 1 to 6, your subconscious has already gone to work on what those things are. And so, so many people get up in the morning and they're charging forward and they're being successful in tasks that really don't make that much of an impact to where they want to go. And so I am going to post the Ivy Lee method on our Facebook page. But guys, it's really nothing more than taking 1 through 6 and really focusing and thinking about what are the 6 key things that you need to do to move your business forward, and marking them down, and then executing them the next day and making them a priority. So it's truly just living your day today the best you can live. And so it was actually a Harvard professor and psychologist, William James. He was talking about how freshmen, they go into their 4 years of college and they're just going in with almost just this immense, wow, 4 years, it's so long, and how am I going to be successful in those 4 years? And William James says, if you will do each day the best you can, you will wake up one day as one of the most competent in your generation. So it's just taking each day at a time. And so it works for college students, but it works for attorneys, bakers, candlestick makers, and Arbonne consultants. So it's just identifying those things the night before that is going to move your business forward. And when you have a plan, it really truly does remove the fears, the doubts, the worries, and it brings order into our life. Because I tell you guys, if you are having successful tasks that result in successful days, there is no way that you're not going to have a successful week, a successful month, and a successful year in Arbonne, or really truly anything you put this to task with. And so, it's, and I know, there are things when you're focusing on a task and you're working on a task, there are going to be some things that get in the way now and then. But the most important thing is to start working on that task and really shutting everything out and completing it until you finish it, and then going on to the next one. Another one of my favorite books, it's called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. It's truly the same thought. It's identifying those tasks that are going to move us forward, and then just accomplishing them. And so so I'm actually getting this information from a tape series called The White Horse Leader. And they also talk about, cause and effect. And so good causes produce good effects. No cause, guess what that produces? No effect. And bad causes produces bad effect. So when you're moving forward in Arbonne, a good cause is sharing the Arbonne message with really anyone, letting them know, I don't know if this is a fit for you or not, but I would love to share how Arbonne is truly not only changing lives health-wise, but changing lives financially. Anytime you share that message, that's a good cause, and it's going to produce a good effect, whether it's just educating someone and then later on they think of someone else, or if it's for them. No cause, we all know what that is, holding the Arbonne story to ourselves. Now, a bad cause, I would have to say, is really, moving forward with Arbonne and just saying, you have to do this with me. This is for you. We're here to share Arbonne and really have people make their own decisions. But the one thing I would love all of you to attend is our leadership retreat in November. It's November 11th, 12th, and 13th. So it's Friday night at 5 p.m. to Sunday. Anyone can actually qualify for this retreat. It's going to be fantastic. It is going to be in Sterling, right on the water. So it's not too far for the folks here in the Washington, D.C. area. But if you're in New York or Atlanta or Colorado, it's definitely worth the travel here. Andy Vuko is going to be there, and it's just going to be a mastermind weekend to just propel us forward. So the one thing I want you to focus on is, I want you to think about tonight before you go to bed, what are the 6 things that you can do for your business tomorrow that's really going to move you forward? Now, obviously, they're going to be income producing activities, right? Scheduling your calendar, scheduling your events, getting in front of business builders or potential people you can tell the Arbonne story to. And so imagine what can happen if you take those 6 activities, and let's say you're working Monday through Friday with Arbonne, and you take those 6 activities and you times it by 5. That's 30 activities a week, right? And they're to move your business forward. So the reason why I had roughly 75 people at our Impact Tour this past weekend is because one day activity was just added on to the next. In the training, White Horse Leader, it talks about how when you drive by a big building and you see that bricklayer putting the first brick on that building, that task almost seems insurmountable, right? One brick upon another brick. And they're very on purposely placed, right? Each brick is supporting and holding the load of that building. Soon you drive by the building, and all of a sudden the building is completely done. That's what we're doing here with Arbonne. It's just one brick upon another brick. So I really want you to focus on each day doing the things that are most important and really moving into your day on purpose. And just focus. Don't focus on 20 things. Focus simply on 6. Interestingly enough, Warren Buffett has a very similar system, and he hasn't done too bad in life. He actually has a system that focuses on doing 5 things a day, but doing those things well and doing them on purpose. And so with that, I also want to speak a little bit about goals. If you aim at nothing is one of the sayings that I use a lot. If you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. And so it's very important every month to set that goal. And so I would love for you to go ahead and send your goals for October to your upline sponsor, and then have them pass those on to me. I really want to know who is going to be moving forward and really going for the leadership retreat training. It is going to be fabulous. And so with that, I am going to unmute everyone and just see if anyone has any questions before we call it a night. Okay, so the best way to just move out is just to make a plan and move forward in your plan, because no one has a plan to stop you. And so with that, I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you. And go out and tell the Arbonne story, you guys. Arbonne is going to be growing 700% in the next 5 years. It's going to be amazing where we're going to be sitting in 5 years. And so little by little, brick by brick, we're just building our global business. And I'm such an honor to be on this journey with each and every one of you guys. So good night, and make your plan and move forward on purpose tomorrow. You guys have a great one.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.